بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In this lecture, we are going to speak about the factoring of polynomials. For the factoring of polynomials, it means that the given polynomial can be written as multiplication of two factors, two or three factors. So we can write it as multiplication of maybe two factors or three or whatever. For example, if we have the number 12, for example, number 12 can be written as 2 multiplied by 6. Or it is 2 to the power 2 times 3. So we say that 12 is factored out, or written as multiplication of factors. These numbers, 2 or 2 and 3, these are the factor of the number 12. The same idea can be applied for the polynomial. And to factor the polynomial, we have different strategies to factor a polynomial. The first one will be the greatest common factor. In some terms, we have something common. We take the highest, greatest, or the greatest common factor, and then we can factor out. For the greatest common factor, for example, if we have two terms, so with that, I have 2x to the power 3. This is monomial. And let's say 6x to the power 2. For the monomials, we have, or for the term of the polynomial, we have coefficient, the constant, and we have the variable part. 2 and 6, we can see that 2 and 6, they have common factor. We see the divisors of the number 2. Speak about the divisors. D of 2. It is 1 and 2. These are the divisors, or the number that can divide the number 2. The divisors for 6, these are equal to 1, 2, 3, and 6. Now the highest common one, with the common are 1, 2, 1, 2. The highest one is 2. So we can say 2 is the highest or the greatest common factor. For the variable part, I have x to the power 3 and x to the power 2. We are choosing the variable with the minimum or the lowest power. So for the variable, choose the minimum or the lowest power. This is how to factor out. So we can say 2x squared is the, we say, greatest common factor. GCF, greatest common factor. More examples for this part. Factor out the greatest common factor from each polynomial. If we are given the polynomial 5x plus 20, the first one, I have two terms, 5x and 20. We think about the coefficients, 5 and 20. The common between 5 and 20 will be 5. So it is 5. For the x, I don't have x in the second term, so the common factor is only 5. There is no variable part or letter part. Now, so in the first question, I can take the 5 as a common factor. Then divide each term of the polynomial by the greatest common factor. I will divide by 5 and by 5. So 5 and 5 will cancel. I will have x plus 20 divided by 5 equal to 4. So it is 5 multiplied by x plus 4. This is how to factor out the greatest common factor. For the second example, number 2, I have three terms. 8x to the power 2 plus 12x minus 40. We think about the numbers 8 and 12, the coefficient, and 40. Or let's make it plus 40. The divisors for 8, this can be written as 2 to the power 3. For 12, it is 2 to power 2 multiplied by 3. For the 40, it is 2 to power 3 multiplied by 5. 8 is 2 to power 3. 12 is 2 to power 2 multiplied by 3. And 40 is 2 to power 3 to power and multiplied by 5. And we can see that 2 is common between all of them. But I have 2 to power 3 and 2 to power 2 and 2 to power 3. So we'll take the lowest power. I will take this one as a common factor. So it is 4. 2 to power 2 is equal to 4. This is for the coefficient. It is 4. Now for x, I have x to power 2, x to power 1, and no x. So it means x is not common. X, the variable is not common for all of them. So the greatest common factor will be only 4. Now divide by the common factor. So I'm going to divide by 4, and by 4. The first term will give me a divided by 4 is 2x squared. Second one, 12 divided by 4 is equal to 3x. And last one is minus 10. So it is 4 multiplied by 2x squared plus 3x minus 10. So we factor out the greatest common factor. For question number 3, I have minus 15x squared minus 12x. Again, minus 15 can be written as minus 3 times 5. Minus 12 can be written as 2 to power 2 or minus multiplied by 3. So we can see 3 is common. So it is 3, or I can take the negative minus 3. For the variable or the letter part, I have x to power 2 and x to power 1. We'll take the lowest power, which is x to power 1. Now divide each term by minus 3x. Minus 15 divided by minus 3 will give me 5x to power 1. Plus 12 divided by 3 equal to 4, and x will cancel x. So it is minus 3x multiplied by 5x plus 4, and that will be the greatest common factor. For the number 4, minus 6y to power 2 minus 54y. By the same idea, I can take minus 6 as a common factor and y to power 1. Then I will divide by minus 6y and minus 6y. So I will have y plus 9. This is how to factor out the greatest common factor. More examples can be given. Question number 5. I have 10x to power 2y plus 6xy minus 14xy squared. Now I have 10, 6, and 14. The greatest common factor between 10, 6, and 14, or the greatest divisor, I will call it, it is 2. For the variables, I have x and y. I will take the minimum or the lowest power for each one. So I'll take x to power 1 and y to power 1. Now divide each one by 2xy, 2xy, 2xy. Then divide by 2 will give me 5. X squared divided by x. I have x squared divided by x, which is x squared minus 1. For the power, we are subtracting the power. So I will have x to power 1. Y will cancel with y. So the first term will give me 5x. Second one, plus 6 divided by 2 will give me 3. xy will cancel with xy. Third one, minus 14 divided by 2, it is minus 7. And x will cancel with x. I will have y to power 1. That is 2xy multiplied by 5x plus 3 minus 7y. For question number 6. See the coefficient first. 6, 12, and 72. 6 is 2 times 3. 12 is equal to 2 to power 2 times 3. And 72, it is 8 by 9, which is 2 to power 3 multiplied by 3 to power 2. So the common are 2 and 3. But take the minimum power. So the minimum is 2 to power 1 and 3 to power 1. 2 times 3 will be 6. For the variables, I have a to power 1 is the minimum, and b to power 1 is the minimum power for the b variable. Now divide by 6b. So just divide each term by 6b, ab. So the first one, I have a to power 3 divided by a is equal to a squared. And b to power 1. Second one, divided by, again, 6ab. Minus 12 divided by 6 is minus 2. And a squared divided by a is equal to a, and b will cancel with b. Third one, divided by 6ab. 72 divided by 6 is equal to 12. And a will cancel with a, and b to power c divided by b will give me b squared. For question number 7, the common is x minus 3 and x minus 3. We can see x minus 3 is common, so this will be the greatest common factor. Take x minus 3 as a common factor. Now if we divide by x minus 3, this will cancel with this one. So I will have a plus b. Again, divide by x minus 3. This will cancel this one. I will have plus a plus 2b. That can be written as x minus 3 multiplied by a plus a will give me 2a, and b with 2b will be 3b. Same thing for question number 8. The common factor is x, or it is 2a minus b and 2a minus b. It is common. So we can take it out as a common factor. Open bracket. Now, if we take it out, I will have x minus 4 plus x plus 4. And this will be 2a minus b, and x with x will give me 2x. Just combine the similar terms. Minus 4 will cancel plus 4. So it is 2a minus b multiplied by 2x. This is how to factor out the greatest common factor. This is the first method for factoring the polynomial. Take out the greatest common factor. The next lecture we are going to speak about how to factor a trinomial, or also sometimes we need to do something called the special factoring if I have difference between two squares or difference between two cubes. That will be given in the coming lectures.